Who is really the prize when it comes to men and women? Why is this a question? Now, this is something that people like to debate and talk about in the dating arena, and it is very divisive. If women say they're the prize, then men kick off, but if men say they're the prize, then they get cancelled. And I alone have the answer. Dare I say, have the answer. The question of who is really the prize, the man or the woman? And the answer is, women are the prize, but men are number one. Let me explain. We've heard that old phrase of women wait at the finish line and they choose the winners. And that is kind of true. More often than not, a man has to prove himself, prove his worth, actually do something or become something that makes him desirable to a woman. So if we think about it in this sense, the guy who wins the race and becomes number one gets the girl. And this principle even demonstrates itself through the films that we all know and love. In every superhero movie, the hero, the guy starts out as untested, unproven, even the loser most times. And there's a girl that he wants. There's a girl he wants to fight for. There's a girl who is the prize to him. But he doesn't get her until he grows and becomes the hero that he was capable of becoming. He becomes number one, then he gets the girl who is the prize. And this even replicates itself in the real world. Take Roger Federer, right? The number one tennis player. Now, because he has worked, trained on his talent, put in the blood, sweat, and tears, put in the hours to become the best tennis player, to reach the top heights of his profession, he goes around winning prizes, winning tournaments, winning Grand Slams. It is called Grand Slams in tennis, right? And he gets the prizes from each of these tournaments. But each of those prizes, they get him. They only get him. Do you see what I mean? This is also a great reflection on how women care more about quality and men do like to indulge in quantity. Once Roger Federer wins a prize in a tournament, he goes to another tournament to win that prize, and then another one, and another one, and another one. He continues to prove his worth by gaining prizes or showing that he can get prizes. The woman at the finish line only cares about the winner. So within a relationship, the woman is the prize, but the guy is number one because he had to work to get her. And there's direct work and indirect work. The direct work would be him actively trying to do everything he can to gain her attention, gain her validation, gain her affection. So essentially all the energy into the courting process. And then there's the indirect work where he becomes at a level of a man who works in his confidence, in his charisma, in his body, in his achievements. He becomes the kind of man that is desirable, and that then attracts the woman to him. So that's indirect work. And when we're talking about value, we're not talking about someone's own personal value, because as human beings, we all have value. But we're talking about value that men and women have in regards to each other. And so within the dynamics of dating and relationships, or the sexual marketplace, if you will, women have inherited value, but men have to earn their value. As a woman, you are desirable to a certain degree with men. Purely because you're a woman, you have inherited value. But because of the things that women look for in men, men have to earn the value. Intelligence, confidence, good body, leadership qualities, being able to provide, being able to protect, financial capability. All of these things are things that men have to work on in themselves over time. Whereas for women, the thing that men instinctually are attracted to, you already have. A, you're a woman, and B, men are attracted to beauty, which you have especially when you're young. The reason this topic has so much contention is because whenever you say who the prize is, it implies that the other party is just lucky to have them. If the woman's a prize, then he's lucky to have her, and if he's the prize, then she's lucky to have him. Well, here's the thing. You as a woman, yes, you are the prize, and he should treat you as such. However, a woman should treat him like he is number one, because he is number one because she chose him. Because if he wasn't number one in your eyes, you wouldn't have chosen him, right? So with all that said, can the reverse be true? Can a woman be number one and the man is the prize? What does that even look like? So putting the TV show The Bachelor aside, there is a way where this can happen, but there are two very specific conditions that have to be met. One, other women are actively pursuing him. And I don't mean other women are just showing that they're open to being pursued by him or just showing a bit of interest. I mean, they are actually pursuing him and actively trying to get him themselves. And the second condition is that he was born extremely attractive. I mean, he has height on his side, he has a very symmetrical face, he has nice teeth, has a good jaw, great beard growing capabilities, nice eyes, has a great physique or a great male frame. He hit the genetic lottery, so to speak. And so in that case, he is probably the prize because he has inherited value, which is in his looks. Now, the reason this is so rare where she's number one and he is the prize is because it's super rare that a guy is born incredibly attractive. So much so that a lot of women are actively chasing him because according to dating statistics, women find 80% of men as unattractive. Not find 80% of men as average, 80% of men as unattractive. I mean, y'all ladies have way harsher standards than we do, but hey, it is what it is. So for a guy to be so attractive that women are actively pursuing him, yeah, it takes a lot. He'd have to look like, what was that Greek god's name? Not Apollo, Adonis. He'd have to look like Adonis. So what does this mean moving forward? What does it look like operating in this dynamic within a relationship? Well, that a man should be making the effort to maintain her as the prize. He should take her out, spend time with her, validate her, make sure she feels safe physically and emotionally, invest in doing things that make her feel good. And in return and to reciprocate, she should cater to his needs, try and help him and offer aid where she can, and make the effort to make him feel like he's number one because that serves the relationship, her making him feel that he's number one. I guess what I'm saying is, as a woman, keep being the prize, because it is you that inspires men to be better, to do better. And once he's reached that better state, that better place, then treat him like a king. Because if you're a queen, he surely wouldn't have got you unless he was a king, right? And if you don't see him as a king in your eyes, then maybe he's not the one that you should choose. If you're ready to find a fulfilling relationship and claim your man, then enroll in my Claim Your Man program in the link below where I will guide you through step by step right to that commitment. Thanks for tuning in and I will see you in the next video. And as always, keep it slick.